Those who fall will be forgotten. Those who rise up, their names will be remembered forever.
Hey everybody, GhostJunk here with another hero spotlight, this time on the raging punching machine, Doomfist. Doomfist is Overwatch's newest hero, playing a very beefy offense role who loves getting up close and personal in fights. He brings a very unique playstyle to Overwatch, favoring the brute force tactic or the backdoor flank slam strategy. Doomfist, being an evil character for talent, is a 45-year-old Nigerian mercenary slash CEO slash martial artist and is extremely fun to play as. Okay, so first up, Doomfist has a passive ability called the Best Defense. Every time Doomfist lands one of his fist abilities, he gains a shield which grants you 30 bonus health as long as you hit an enemy. His ultimate will grant you 75 bonus health per enemy hit, and that will max out at 150 bonus health just for the ultimate. All these shields can stack up and max out at 400 bonus health, as well as decay over time. Doomfist's primary fire is hand cannon. Doomfist fires a shotgun blast from his knuckles at a short-range burst. 6 pellets are released from each shot, and each pellet does 11 damage, for a total of 66 damage per shot. Doomfist gets 4 of these shots right off the bat, and then each shot recharges on their own after a 0.75 seconds cooldown. You'll mainly be using the hand cannon to finish off low-health targets. However, it does do some relatively long range poke, as there isn't any damage fall off. It also has the unusual ability to easily headshot somebody with one of the 6 pellets that fire out. Doomfist's secondary fire is Rocket Punch. Doomfist charges his gauntlet, lunging forward and punching with the might of 1,000 giants. This ability does 49 to 100 damage depending on how much you charge it, and an additional 49 to 150 damage upon impact on a wall. The lunge also moves you 10 to 23 meters forward depending on the charge. Rocket Punch takes 1 second to charge and can be cancelled by pressing your primary fire. This ability has a cooldown of 4 seconds and has a lot of mobility to it. While this ability does some very insane damage, remember that you can also use it to escape from incoming ultimates or running from a fight that's not going your way. Just a slight note here before we get into his other abilities: players on console, Doomfist's primary fire uses his left hand and your right trigger, and Doomfist's secondary fire uses his right hand and your left trigger. This can sometimes be confusing, so if necessary, change your controls to suit your needs. Doomfist's first ability is Rising Uppercut. Doomfist does a massive uppercut that launches himself and up to 2 enemies into the air while dealing 50 damage. Typically, this ability should be combined with other abilities, as it is a form of crowd control, so getting off a very fast rocket punch or a few hand cannon shots are a good way to get a lot of burst damage in on a target. Doomfist's second ability is Seismic Slam. Doomfist leaps forward, smashing into the ground and knocking nearby enemies into him. A number will appear in the middle of the screen. This indicates how much damage Seismic Slam will do upon landing. The longer you're in the air, the more damage you'll do. This ability maxes out at 125 damage and is great to combo with your Rising Uppercut, as it makes it easier to land. This also creates a pretty strong crowd control chain, and landing powerful combinations are much easier if you land Seismic Slam first. Remember that Seismic Slam has an indicator that will show you where you'll land and the direction of the slammed ground, so make sure you're looking for that blue indicator. Doomfist's ultimate is Meteor Strike. Doomfist leaps into the air and crashes onto the ground after 4 seconds. You can also use your primary fire to trigger the crash early if you so choose. This ability does 300 damage at the center of the blast, and then 0 to 300 damage in the outer circle. The closer you are to the middle, the more damage you'll take. While using Meteor Strike, Doomfist is invulnerable, and although it may look like you can go through walls, you actually can't. So make sure your positioning is correct when you use it. Meteor Strike is also good for splitting an enemy team up, so if your team comp excels at flanking or small team skirmishes, this is an excellent tool to force the enemy to separate. So before I get into Doomfist's teamfight potential, I just want to briefly mention his mobility. All 3 of his punching abilities move him forward or up, and it's important to remember what does what in combination with each other to maximize efficiency. There are 3 different mobility combos you can do that yield different results. The first one is Rocket Punch, Jump, Rising Uppercut, and Seismic Slam. This combo usually lets you move the furthest on most terrains, and is best used for running back from respawn or rushing into a Meteor Strike ultimate. The second one is Jump, Rising Uppercut, Seismic Slam, and Rocket Punch. This one is more your engaged mobility as you storm in fist first into a potential fight. You'll kind of be defenseless when you enter this space, so it's more of a supporting, presence-creating mobility boost that you can do. So just use your hand cannon to survive for a few seconds until all of your abilities are back up. The last one is Jump, Rising Uppercut, Rocket Punch, and then Seismic Slam. This one has the potential to do the most damage from a mobility engaging standpoint of view. However, it is terrain influenced. Make sure you're in high ground or level terrain, so Seismic Slam to deal the most damage it can on impact, and then finish them off with your hand cannon. After playing Doomfist for a while, you'll recognize when to use these mobility combos or when not to use them. Doomfist is a very powerful hero to fight, and he also has extremely high health for an offense hero, mainly because he is up close and personal all the time. He does high burst damage and has high survivability in team fights. He specializes in closed quarter maps, as it allows him to land his punches with much greater success. You'll need to watch out for open spaces though, as you're a much larger target than most heroes, and anyone disabling his abilities or preventing his movement is extremely detrimental to Doomfist. When it comes to the long range targets, they don't directly counter him because of his fast movement, his high health, and his super impressive ability to just move behind a wall and wait for his abilities to come off cooldown. You want to make sure to get the elements of surprise on heroes that counter you, because this is really the only way that you can kill them. If you happen to engage with them, your best bets are to at least stall them out to wait for your team to come, try and burst them down as quick as possible, or just flat out run away, because it's very likely they will kill you before you kill them. Doomfist works incredibly well with heroes who are able to group up enemies, so it makes it easier for him to land his abilities that can attack multiple targets. This also sets up his ultimate perfectly for a massive damage combo. Make sure you wait for your allies with utility-based abilities to strike before you use your ultimate. This assures that you'll kill them and actually make a useful decision with Meteor Strike. Doomfist also works really well with heroes who have slows or stuns. This allows him to land his punches with ease. Blizzard just keeps knocking these heroes out of the park, as Doomfist is yet another hero that requires us to rethink about how we play, and has changed the game once again. He's the first primarily melee damage focused hero, and he's even able to go toe-to-toe with a rampaging Winston and slow him down by trading punches. Your general strategies as Doomfist are to sneak up on unsuspecting enemies and kill them quickly, engage in fights with Rocket Punch, and punish enemies for being out of position. All in all, Doomfist is an extremely powerful character and even more fun to play as. His punch first and ask questions later playstyle is so satisfying, and killing an enemy makes it even better. If you play him right, you will surely punch your way to victory. Thanks so much for watching the Hero Spotlight on Doomfist. To see my last video on how powerful Reaper has become, click the box on the left. And to see how to win an actual game of Overwatch, click the box on the right. Don't forget to leave a like and let me know which videos on Overwatch I should do next in the comments below. To see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button right there.